I feel like my heart is going to beat out of my existence right now. I'm very, very happy. It's day number 5. We get to draw our grand prize winner today, and I have something so huge coming for you. So huge. Actually, I forgot to grab my names, so give me 4 seconds. Let me grab them. Hang on. You get to see the money blankie in the interim, and my butt print on my bed, and my water. Okay, I have all the things, and my leather pants. These are some of my little lucky leathers. I have all the luck today. I have all the luck going today. I have all the big vibes happening. Candle! What's up, girl? I see Louisa. I see Candle. I see Drizzle. Hey, I'm going to chug my water super quick because I'm using this app that reminds me of when to drink my water. It's the coolest app, and I'm a little behind. So give me like 4 seconds. Let's see how fast I can chug. That's enough. Whew. Lynn, hi. What's going on? All right. Today's a big one. Oh my God, Kendall, that would be so fun. So fun. We're going to close out the September 3rd and 4th event. The tickets close out next week on Friday. Oh my God, that would be so fun. So fun. Dana says, chug, chug, chug. Yeah. So fun. So fun. Okay. So I don't know which thing to do first. I'm going to do the first thing first. Okay. So earlier today, I was with one of my mentors and got super inspired to do a secret offer. Secret offer, secret offer, secret offer. Hey. Okay, so if you don't know what a secret offer is, I'm going to explain it to you. There's a lot of buzz in the industry around secret offers, and some people find them really annoying, but I'm going to teach you about secret offers, especially because this is a week about manifestation. We have talked endlessly this week about having strange synchronicities, goosebumps, chills, a sacred pull. I feel like a sacred pull sometimes about things. I'm just like, I know I'm supposed to do that. I can't explain why I want to do something or how it's going to happen, and yet I'm doing it. Some people call it Holy Spirit. Some people call it the chill bumps. Some people call it deja vu. Some people call it just their gut feeling, right? There's so many different ways to brand this. But what I want you to lean into this week is trusting your intuition. So today I'm going to give you a couple different options. And the thing is, in my world, I don't believe in hard closing anyone. That's just not part of my vernacular. But I am going to give you like a buffet table to shop today, which is so fun. And we're going to do our final day of training. But with this being like the final day, I think I want to put the secret offer out there first. That feels really good for me to do. So a secret offer is something that you have to check your intuition about. It's one of those, I know it's for me and I'm moving now. Or it's I don't quite feel it. And either response is okay. I want you to practice that. Practice that inner knowing. I have mentors and people in my life that sell things every single day of my life. They sell things. And I had to get really good in my knower, like in my gut, in my soul, in myself, in trusting myself of like, when I feel excited about something, I've learned to just move. And when it's not like that feeling, I have to trust myself that I'm okay. And that is the point of a secret offer. A secret offer gives you an opportunity to actually trust yourself. To trust your knower, to trust your gut, to trust your intuition, to trust your divine connection, to trust whatever you lean on to make decisions. It's going to be good. Now, The secret offer of today, I'm going to put it at the front of the call because I want to experience the buzz if anyone buys it while I'm live. Like I want to feel that. I want to know if it happens. So for today, before we pull our winner, because if you're the winner, you can actually use it towards this. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Amelia. Hey, what's up? Natalie. Hey. So I've talked about a few different things as far as mentorship is concerned. I have 2 openings right now for my most highest proximity mentorship, and they're $49,000 a year. So that's one thing you can do if you want to talk to me Monday through Friday and have all access course pass for the year. Like, that's a thing. There's also Locked and Loaded, which is $12,000 for a year. That's an option. That's a thing that you can do. You could start now and be with me for a year. All access course pass, 1 VIP day a month. But there's something else that could potentially open the channel to work together with me. I'm not going to give you any more details than that, but from now until the end of the year. I can tell you the value of it. And this is over and above Locked and Loaded. So if you're in Locked and Loaded, keep your ears open. This is above and beyond Locked and Loaded. This is not Locked and Loaded. If you're thinking like, oh, is it just Locked and Loaded? Nope. It's something else. There's a hybrid thing available for you, and it consists of 3 different offers. 3 different things. The value of it is $13,000. And for the next 24 hours, it's $5,555 paid in full. This is for the person who's been wanting to start like from scratch working with me. And they don't know what, but they're like, I want to be with you. I just know it. For the rest of 2022, I want to be with you. That's all the details I'm going to give you. The value of it is $13,000. It's on sale right now for $5,555. It's called the Portal. That's all I can say. Now, if you're already in Locked and Loaded, this is above and beyond what you guys have. So if you are like, I'm in Locked and Loaded, but I want whatever they're getting too, you can upgrade today. This is a 24-hour thing. You got to know to trust your gut. You're going to know if it's for you. You're going to get the tingles inside. Practice trusting that. So if you're in Locked and Loaded, there's an upgrade option for you that's available for the next 24 hours from now until 3 o'clock tomorrow. And it's 2777. Jesse, do I have that right? Just confirming. So for someone who is fresh, brand new in my world, 5555. Only for the next 24 hours. Tomorrow it goes to 7777. Sunday it goes to 8888. It's over a $13,000 value when you pick and choose them separately. So, secret offer, it's called the Portal. It's a secret offer for mentorship. If you've been feeling the pull, if you've been trying to pick and choose, do I go into $1 million mentor? Do I go into Locked and Loaded? Do I do private appointments? What do I want to do? Just trust yourself. Just trust yourself. If you're feeling it, move. Jesse, can you pop the links for those babies? Okay, now, if your name gets pulled, you're getting $1,111 in what I call mentorship money. And this is a credit for you to use. You get to use it towards any course of your choice. You could use it towards a mastermind. You could put it towards a month of Locked and Loaded. You could put it towards the Portal. You could put it towards $1 Million Mentor. There's lots of things. Kendall said, pull my name so I can come to the in-person event. Ah. Okay, I don't know who this is, but I feel a big name in my hand. A big name in my hand. And also, if this is a repeat from earlier this week, they get it. So if this is someone who's already won once, you're still in the running. Oh yeah. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who's my person? I'm also going to pull one more name for something other special something. Thank you, Jessie. Jessie just dropped the portal. Okay, person number 1. This is for 1111 in mentorship money. I will tell you, you can use this on one transaction. One transaction. Here we go. The person is Nicole Kristen. Oh my God, congratulations. She is double lucky. She also got a money blankie this week. Nicole, you must have some huge manifestation power over there. I'm going to tell you guys something about manifestation and about disappointment too. Because I'm going to draw another name at the end. And I want you to keep your name, quote unquote, in the portal. There's going to be one more prize draw at the end of today. Like, keep your energy available for more. I want to tell you guys a story about manifestation today. This is part of the training, okay? One of my mentors did something like this before, and it was so hard for me to even like proverbially put my name in the wine glass of destiny. She calls hers the champagne bucket of the universe or something like that. So I have wine glass of destiny, okay? Kelly said, I lost you. How's everyone's sound? Can you guys still hear me? How are you doing? Just let me know if you still got sound. Give me a thumbs up or tell me you got sound. Okay, so the first time that I really watched this happen, follow me. One of my mentors did something like this, and she gave away a lot of money. And it was so hard for me to even picture it being mine. It was hard for me to picture my name getting pulled. It was hard for me to picture like being the one. It was hard for me to picture receiving the money. There was something inside of me that said like, it won't be me because I already have enough. Is there anyone out there who's like that? Like, it won't be me because I already have enough. It won't be me because I already make enough. It won't be me because I'm already blessed. I'm already covered. I don't need it. Does that come up for anyone when you think about manifestation? It won't be me because I already have enough. My husband covers my bills. I cover my bills. I don't need the money. I'm not in need, so why should I win? Does that come up for anyone? That fully happened to me. Why should I receive it? Because I don't need it. But I jumped over that hurdle and I thought, I'm just going to picture myself winning. I'm going to picture me being the one, and she gave away $11,000. Can you freaking believe that? What are the things that came up for you when you think about me pulling your name? What are the reasons that come up for you that tell you like, oh, it won't be me? The other one that came up for me was I never won anything growing up. I was always the second place. That was one of my, what's the word? Mental blocks, I guess you could call it. People call that a paradigm. A paradigm is simply something that you have thought over and over and over again until it has become a belief. We talked earlier this week about how other people's thought processes become like a thinking cap of yours, and they block you from popping up and growing. So when you hear the same thing over and over as a little kid or as an adult, it becomes a belief. A belief is just a thought that you have repeated many, many times, or you've heard it many, many times, and now you just believe it. That's your paradigm. So my paradigm when it came to winning money or winning a drawing was it went back to when I was a little kid. And I would always try to win things. I remember we used to sell candy when I was a little kid. Like, you know, door to door. You knock on the door and you have like that box of candy. And you have to like have an envelope and the neighbors will give you a couple dollars and you give them a chocolate bar. And then it escalated to where you had to walk like with a magazine. I say magazine because I'm from Michigan, a magazine. Yeah, World's Finest Chocolate, that's the one. And I would go from door to door and I would show people like, we had this neighbor named Mr. Claire Coper. My brother used to like mow his lawn. We had a lawyer that lived on our street. My mom had a big crush on him. That's awkward. Like, I remember going and knocking on people's doors. There was a pastor that lived on my street that had a double-decker house and a pool, and I always wondered how he had that when he was a pastor. Now I understand. There's a lot of money in churches. We had a lot of cool people on our street, and I remember knocking on the doors. There was a doctor that lived across the street from us. Dr. Harris. Knocking on the door. Giving him my magazine. Will you buy some chocolate for my school? They had summer sausages. They had peanut brittle. They had all kinds of stuff. And I remember selling my little heart out when I was a kid. And I remember one time they had these like, what do you call it? Like brackets. Like if you won a certain amount, if you crossed a certain number, you got to go on a limousine ride. I don't know where they ever went. I have no idea where they took this limousine ride to. And there was another thing where they had this machine where I think this might be why I'm obsessed with like the money gun. Is because there was this machine that they would bring and they would do like school assemblies. If I think back to like the sales process of this, it was genius. It was remarkable. They would have a school assembly and they would bring this machine that looked like a telephone booth, kind of like a portal. And you would stand in there and they'd press a button and a fan would go on and like money would fly up in the air, like a tornado of money. Did anyone else grow up in the 90s and you had this at your school? They would go from school to school and they would stick someone in that freaking machine. They'd say, get as much money as you can while you're in there. If you can catch it, if you can grab it, you get to keep it. And I remember this kid went in there and he got a $100 bill and I was like, I want to go in there. Freaking money tornado. And then I created intellectual property called the Cashnado when I started my company because it flagged for me. Like I want a tornado of cash. That's my IP. They were so smart and they made me want to sell so bad. And I would go door to door and I would knock in the middle of winter in Michigan and sell candy to my neighbors. Doesn't matter that we just did it last quarter. And finally, I got in that bracket where you're supposed to get the limo ride. I don't know, they took them to lunch or something like that in the limo. And I thought that was just chef's kiss, the bee's knees, never been in a limo. And finally, I hit the bracket. And another kid in my class also hit the bracket. And they beat me by some amount of money. And I didn't realize that there's a limit of one person per classroom who gets to go in the freaking limo. Like, when that happened, I just lost interest. I was like, how can I try so hard for something and lose on a technicality. Like, stuff like that, if you let it, it can become a paradigm. You know, I went home and thought about it. The beliefs that you rehearse over and over and over in your head that you're also emotionally involved with become your paradigm. They become your beliefs about what's possible. So of course, I was just like, why bother? After that, I ate the candy. When it was time to sell candy, you know what I did? I would get the M&Ms and I would sit in my room and me and my friends would eat the bags of M&Ms and I would put my allowance in the stupid container. That was my like, I just middle fingers in the air. I just didn't put it on camera. I was like, that's how it is. Like, I actually won, but you didn't give me the prize. So like, you can have my allowance, but I'm not going to dance for you, boo. A mess. And then I want to say like probably 2 or 3 years, I was in the spelling bee. That was another one thing that I was really strong in when I was a kid. I was not great at sports. I played a lot of sports. I went out and I was like on the teams. I played basketball, played volleyball, I cheered. Like I would play, but I wasn't like the greatest on the team. But probably the one thing that I was really good at, like I was a really strong writer and speller. And pretty much every year, I was part of the spelling bee and we would get put on teams. And I was always one of like the last 5 standing. And I would get like 3rd place in the whole school. But 3rd place isn't 1st place. Do you know that feeling? And so I proverbially just like stopped trying. Even though I was one of the smartest kids in my class, I just decided when I was in high school, like, hey, Kyla. Ooh, congratulations. Kyla just joined the Millionaire's Desk. Hey, baby. Like, I just decided, like, I'm not available for being let down like that. I'm not going to put my whole heart into something and, like, get 3rd place. I'm not going to put my whole heart into something and win it, but lose on a technicality. Just not really available for it. So I went to high school, and when I was in high school, I decided to do hair school instead of academics because I was just like, I can't win at that. Everyone beats me. But you know what I am really good at? I'm really good at doing hair, and I'm really good at doing makeup, and I'm really good at talking with people. And so those 3 things make a freaking awesome career in the beauty space. So I went after that, and I was getting like D's in my classes in high school. Like I barely graduated. I was like, okay, as long as I get a diploma. I never tried for the ACTs. I never did the SATs. I never applied for a college. I just knew graduating high school, like I'm not trying for that. I took my name out of the running. I'm telling you these stories because whatever you get emotionally involved with, it's a place where when you get let down, you make really important decisions about what that means. And a lot of people, when they get let down, they make decisions to pull their name out of the drawing because they can't stand getting disappointed again. I wish someone when I was growing up would have taught me what I taught earlier this week about disappointment. It's so close to desire, like disappointment and that feeling of desperation. They are so close to desire, they're a hairline fracture away. And if you can flip into desire, you can keep your name in the running. Nobody told me, like, that. No one coached me through that. It was just like, oh, my kid's disappointed. Let's go buy her ice cream. I got a lot of ice cream. I got a lot of Slurpees. I had a lot of sleepovers. My parents were great at comforting me, but nobody walked me through that. The questions of, okay, so what about what happened? I want you to write this down. Literally, write it down. These are the 3 biggest questions regarding disappointment and desire. When you feel like you just got let down because you let yourself dream and it didn't work out, this is some of the best coaching I've heard in the last few years. When you let yourself dream and desire and you go all out and for some reason it doesn't work out, I want to coach you through that. Write this down and put it somewhere. Maybe you need it today. Maybe you're going to need it in a week. But listen to me. Question number 1 is, what about this worked? What about this worked? What about what you're doing right now works? Question number 2, what about this didn't work? Question number 3, what will I do different next time? What will I do different next time keeps your name in the proverbial glass. It keeps yourself in the running for your destiny. If I would have been coached as a little kid to ask myself when someone else went to go in the limousine, if someone would have said like, Christina, because that was my legal name. I legally changed it to Xtina. If someone would have given me a little hug and said, Christina, what about this worked? I would have said, I killed it. Like, I went out every day. I believed in myself. I smiled. I was consistent. I went to many different streets. I asked my mom and dad for help to sell at their office. Like, I was cordial. I was engaging. I was persistent. And I got into the bracket I wanted to get into. That worked. Perfect. What about this didn't work? I didn't read the freaking fine print as a 5th grader. I didn't know that only one person from my class gets to go. I got so excited that I didn't find out what it really took. And if I had known, I probably would have been watching to see what everyone else was doing in a way so that I would for certain win by a landslide. I would have been checking in to see, like, what's Ben doing over there? What's Ashley got? I just want to make sure. Not out of competition, but I need to know that I'm going on this freaking limo. So, like, Ashley, how are you doing on your sales? I'm at $400. Oh my God, you're kicking butt. Good job. Mental note, get to 500. Dad, can you take my magazine to the bank tomorrow? Can you ask Doris and Bonnie if they'll buy some chocolate from me, please? You see? What about this didn't work? I didn't know the fine print. I didn't let what was happening in my atmosphere propel me. I was unaware of what my ecosystem were up to. I didn't lean on them for inspiration. I just put on my goggles, my blinders, and went to work. Everybody say environment is everything. Say environment is everything. Environment is everything. A, learn the rules. B, environment is everything. I didn't know the rules. That's like not knowing the laws of the universe. It's like if I go jump out my window right now, there's no invisible hand that's going to hold me up until I make a decision that like, oh, I don't want to fall down. Like the laws work whether you know about them or not. So like learn the rules. Learn the rules of business, learn the rules of attraction, learn the universal rules. Like you got to know the rules. So learn the rules. And environment is everything. I should have been like letting my classmates propel me. I should have been looking to see what's possible. I should have been saying, hey, Benjamin, how did you get to 500? Oh, my dad works at the news station. I went to the news station, and instead of sending the catalog with my dad, I went to the news station and I actually walked around and bothered people. Oh, perfect. So let me go to the office with my mom next time, and I will go and ask people in person instead of sending the magazine with my mom. Ah, sales strategy. Dang, environment is everything. I could have asked Ashley, Ashley, where are you at? I'm at 462. Amazing. How are you doing that? You know, I asked my mom to drive me to the next neighborhood. Our neighborhood is not so great. We went to the next neighborhood, and I had my mom wait in the van and watch me. You sold in multiple neighborhoods? Sales strategy. I've been selling to the same people for like my whole life. The same 4 streets. They know me, like me, trust me, but what if I went to the next subdivision? Sales strategy. I could have learned so much by just my environment, but instead I was zoned in on like, ooh, I'm over here. I'm kicking ass. I'm in my bracket. I'm for sure getting in the limo. Environment. I should have been checking around. I should have been letting them inform me. I should have been letting them propel me. So here's what worked. I did some things that worked. What didn't work was I didn't know the fine print. I didn't know the real rules of the game, and I wasn't learning from the people around me. They kicked my ass. I didn't know to ask myself, okay, so you got let down. You lost by a hair, but it was a hair. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. So what would you like to do different next time? Let me think about this. I, next time, would have my hand in the air and I would run to the front of the freaking class assembly, school assembly, and I would get my ass inside of the money funnel. And I would grab as much of the dollars because proximity is everything. If something can happen for you fast one time, you'll believe in it forever. People who won inside of this week, who got their name pulled in the training, for the rest of their life, they're forever changed. They're like, I win stuff. I've never won before, but I win now. That's my new paradigm. I win stuff. How many of you guys have ever won something by being in my world? I like to give people a lot of opportunities to win, to change that paradigm. Right? Sorry, my ear is itching. I would have run to the front of the school assembly and gotten my butt inside of, I wouldn't have let anyone beat me. I would have just ran up there and been like, I'm getting in the money funnel and I'm going to grab for cash because it's going to build my faith. This is very important. If you're here and you're watching live and you're able to type, right, build my faith. Build my faith. You want to be around situations and put yourself in proximity to stuff that will build your faith. I would have done that first. What else would I do different? Second, I would know the fine print and I would find out what it actually takes. So in the grown-up world, that's things like learning the universal laws, learning about money mindset, learning about magnetism, attraction and manifestation, working with the divine to bring things to life. In the grown-up world right now, that's places like the Millionaire's Desk. You gotta learn the rules of the game, period. You want to build a thriving online personal brand, you gotta learn the steps. You gotta get a ladder. You gotta learn the rules. You want to play big, you gotta know what to do. I've lost a lot of times by not knowing the rules. I prefer now to learn the strategies, like learn up front, learn the fine print, and then go soar. Soar. And the third thing is, I would have learned strategy from the people in my class who knew what to do. People who were either far ahead of me or neck and neck with me. I would have encouraged them and said, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing so great. How did you do that? That's what a mastermind is. That's what private mentorship is. I want to encourage you, if you're someone who has proverbially taken your name out of the drawing of here this week, when you saw a name get pulled, you said, I'm out. I didn't win. Again, I don't win. That's my paradigm. I don't win. I want to offer you the chance to keep your name in the running. Let me teach you what that means. When one of my mentors gave away $11,000 cash doing something like this, she pulled a name and it wasn't me, and I was like, I knew it. There's something called the path of least resistance, and money comes to you typically through the path of least resistance. So if you have a belief that you don't win, there's a lot of resistance there. But you know what the path of least resistance for me is? My business. Because over the years, I have built my faith. I've put myself around people who challenge my inner critic. I've walked with people who have the results, they're even ahead of me or they're neck and neck with me. I've asked the questions and I've even just observed instead of just straight up asking them. I've just watched them and gone like, I see what they did there. Oh my God, that's so good. I see what they did. I can see how they're doing that. Let me go do it my way. I've walked with people who challenged my inner critic. Because my inner critic was a paradigm that I created when I lost as a little kid and nobody coached me through to ask those 3 poignant questions that now I ask all the time. I ask myself those questions in business on like a weekly basis. What worked? What's not really working? And what would I do different? I want to tell you, we are on the edge. It'll probably happen today. It will for certain happen today if someone joins either our live event or the portal, the secret offer. We're on the edge of $800,000 in sales since the day that Maeve was born last August. So under a year. That's a big thing to celebrate. And that happened by walking side by side with people that challenged the inner critic that was within me that said, you don't win. You always come in at least like second or third place. Why try? Take your name out of the running. Walking side by side and in proximity with people in a mastermind challenged my inner critic. Seeing evidence of what was possible for them challenged my inner critic. Watching other women do things that were borderline impossible to me shifted my paradigm, shifted my beliefs. Because what is a belief and what is a paradigm? It's just something that you think or see over and over and over again until it becomes like a rock hard belief in you. So my first couple of years in business, I thought, oh gosh, if I could only make $100,000, woof, that would be amazing. And it was challenging for me because up until then, I had never made $100,000. The most I ever made as a stylist, even working with celebrities, was $65,000 a year. That was my cap. So I had a cap. I had to take the cap off. We talked earlier this week about other people's beliefs, right? Other people's beliefs and other people's thoughts and other people's paradigms become our limitations, right? So you have to take their thinking cap off. The problem is when you remove other people's beliefs and limits from off of you, where do you get your own beliefs from? If you stripped away everyone else's beliefs about you, about what's possible for women, about what's possible for mothers, about what you should do, about what's acceptable, about what's judged, about what's possible while being a good person, because that's usually what comes up for women. If you stripped off everyone else's beliefs, what are you left with? This, in my opinion, is the top reason to have a mentor and be in a mastermind. Because to be very clear, when I look around my town, I know that there's at least one billionaire in my town and many millionaires. But if I wasn't looking, I wouldn't even know where they are. And the conversations in my town would just be very surface level. It can be a real challenge to find people who will speak on the level that you want to conversate on, with stimulating conversation that will move the needle on your goals. Even in the online space, it can be challenging. I've got about 5,000 people on my friends list, very close to it. And I have less than 10 people that I can really talk to about moving the needle on my destiny. Maybe 20. I'd call it 20. 20 out of 5,000. It's a very small percentage. When you strip everyone else's beliefs off of you, you're left with your own. So how do you build your own? If you were to take away the 95% of who you already are, which teachers like Joe Dispenza say, your life today is a 95% repeat of who you've been the day before. If you took off the 95% habits, paradigms, beliefs, and other people's thoughts that have been governing you, and you had a fresh, clean slate, how would you make your beliefs up? How would you decide? And for me, I want still, and I've always wanted, an extraordinary life. I chose, and I still choose every day of the week to buy myself a chair at tables, multiple different tables, and to partake in people and their beliefs and their paradigms that I know are the direction I want to go in because my gut tells me. If you've got a pulse, say, my gut tells me. I'm very sensitive to energetics. I know very quickly when I listen to trainings and teachers and coaches and mentors, I know for sure really fast whether it vibes with me or not. It's like, no, or, ooh, I'm going to listen to this whole thing and I'm probably going to listen to it like 6 times this month. I love it. It's my jam. My gut tells me I want to hang out with this person. I want to hear more of what they have to say. I feel like they have codes and keys and things that are going to unlock my doors. I feel like they hold literally like codes, like secret codes to where I'm going next. And I can feel it in my intuition. I feel it in my guts. I feel the sacred pull towards those people, conversations, and things. And I buy myself a seat at the table. And I engage. And not everything at the table is for me. But masterminds are like this. You go into a mastermind, you say, yep, I'm in for this conversation. And you begin to inform your beliefs with the evidence that you see around you. Other people are evidence. Other people's thoughts and beliefs are evidence. Other people's habits are evidence. Other people's lifestyle is evidence. I am evidence to so many people because I'm doing this with kids. And if I can do it with babies, this is what ladies in my last high ticket mastermind that I paid to be in, they were like, honestly, you're kicking our asses. Like, if you can do this with a baby nursing all the time and like limited sleep, if you can do it, what am I doing? So I don't just work with moms, and I'm not just here for women that are in baby season, but I'm evidence to people that you can create the lifestyle that you want. You want to be at home? Then be at home. You want to make enough money to pay for staff to come and work with you? Then make enough money for that. Here's the ladder. Here's all the steps that I did to get there. Because it's dangerous when you can only see the outside and you're assuming what's going on behind the scenes versus getting behind the scenes and going like, what do you actually do in a day? How do you get the stuff done? Where are your kids at? What is your house like? When is your free time? How much sleep do you get? Do you go to the gym? Are you happy? Are you and your husband secretly fighting behind the scenes, or are you actually really good? What's the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to you? What are the secret things that you don't want to put out there into the online space because you're like, it's so good, people are not even going to believe it. I'll keep it in here. That's what mentorship is. That's what a mastermind is. A mastermind and mentorship are a place to go and inform your own beliefs. To be around people who will challenge your inner critic. It's a place to wipe clean the slate of whatever happened before and build your own new beliefs, but you build it on the evidence and the direction where you want to go. You see, a lot of people come into places like the Millionaire's Desk and they have a lot of shitty beliefs. And in the whole first 6 weeks, it's been a lot of people undoing their shitty beliefs. And it's going to be heavy. And that's why I'm shutting the doors of Millionaire's Desk before we do our next training, because I don't really want to go through this again with another roster of people. It's like by training number 2, we're about to flip everything. So if you're not in there yet, now's your moment. There's only like 22 spots left or something like that. But you wipe the slate clean and you pick your beliefs. You get around people that challenge your inner critic with their evidence. I'm really good at that. That's the portal, just FYI. The new secret offer, that's the portal. From now until the end of 2022, opportunities to wipe the slate clean and build your own new beliefs. I'm not going to say anymore, but it's crazy. When people find out what it is, they're going to be kicking themselves if they didn't buy it in the first 24 hours, because tomorrow it goes up to 7777, and then Sunday it's 8888, and after that, nothing. I have to buy them separately for $13,000. Private mentorship and masterminds are places where people will challenge your paradigms. They will challenge your beliefs. They will elevate your thought process by evidence. They say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I pick over and over and over again to be around people that show me what's possible, that increase my belief, increase my faith. I did the math and I was flabbergasted that we're like an inch away from $800,000 in sales since Maeve was born. And I keep on thinking, I have friends that make $1 million a month. I surround myself with people that make $1 million a month. Like, we could be at $1 million before Maeve's born. Easy. And I have the ladder, so I know what to do. It's just, will I make the move towards that? Will I proverbially keep my name in the jar? Will I keep my name in the jar? So let me tell you, one of my mentors, she did something like this where she gave away $11,000, and my name obviously didn't get pulled because I didn't believe that it would be pulled. And you get what you believe. Everyone, right? I get what I believe. Like, this is why you should switch what you believe. This is the best reason to be in a mastermind and shift what the hell you believe. I didn't get picked because I didn't believe I could get picked. I thought, I don't need it. Someone else will get it. And my mentor told me, keep your name in the proverbial jar. Because money has a path of least resistance. So if you keep your name in the jar, proverbially, if you let yourself believe you could have $11,000 and that, like, it's on its way to you, and you picture that, and you align with that, and then you start asking, how could that happen? Then the aligned actions and the aligned opportunities come up, just like aligned opportunities are coming up for you here. Aligned actions, aligned opportunities, it will come. You maintain your belief, it will come. So I just decided to keep my name in the jar, proverbially. I sat with myself and I was just like, $11,000 cash. Well, I know what I'm going to make this month just because it's predictable. But what if I got $11,000 more? What if? Remember day one? How could that happen? Instead of letting my paradigm move me with you never win, so the name got pulled, it's over. It's done. You're complete. Instead of letting that win, I kept my name in the freaking jar in my head. What if I could get $11,000 extra? How could that happen? Where are those resources? From whom could it come? I'm just going to let myself believe. I'm going to keep my feet more on the side of desire than on the side of desperation. It's just like a little crack in the sidewalk. Let me hop. When I watched that name get pulled, and it wasn't my name, I felt desperate. I felt sad. I felt I never win. I knew it wouldn't be me. Of course it wasn't you. You don't believe in that, silly Willy. So that's desperation. Hairline fracture of a difference between desperation and desire. It's like a crack in the sidewalk. And I think, instead of staying over here, I'm just going to hop. Let's go to desire. I'm hopped. I'm hopped over. I'm in desire land. What do I want? Wouldn't it be cool? I wonder how that could happen. I wonder from where it could come. Where will it be from? I choose to believe. Wouldn't you know that week, $11,000 extra above and beyond what I could ask, think, or imagine from places I wasn't expecting, from people I didn't know were watching. I think a chunk of that, I think my husband even got like $1,000 that week from something. I don't know what it was. I actually ended up getting $22,000 in 48 hours. So I got double what I asked for. Above and beyond what I already thought I was going to make that month. Keep your name in the jar. Don't let disappointments and past disappointments and places where you lost last time, and places where you messed it up, and places where you dropped the ball, and places where people don't believe in you, like lovingly, it's like, let them go. Clean the slate. Wash the slate. Remember chalkboards in the 90s or the early 2000s before they had dry erase boards in every classroom, where like once a month they actually like washed the chalkboard with water because there's just dust. There's just residue. You gotta wash your chalkboard. Get rid of the old residue. Write a new story. Put your name back in the jar. Because if it's not my jar today, if you don't have a belief to support that, resources still want to come to you. Money is still trying to come to you. Love is still trying to come to you. Energy is still trying to come to you. Like, it's all still trying to come to you. You were born rich. In the words of Bob Proctor, you were born rich. There is pure potentiality on the inside of you. There's also a divine cord connecting you to God and everything that's holy. And stuff wants to like literally come to you to be outpictured into the real world. Ideas want to come to you, resources want to come to you, money wants to come to you, and you have a wealth on the inside already. All the stuff that's on the inside wants to be outpictured. It's creative energy that just literally, it needs a place to go. And you can work with it, or you can say, that doesn't work for me. It's literally dying to work with you. And you can say, it doesn't really work for me. I failed last time. So building a business is just not the avenue that works for me. So like, please wipe the chalkboard. Please wash the chalkboard. In the words of my mom, give yourself a chance. If it's not mine, if it's not my jar, it's somewhere. Money wants to come to you. Keep your name in the jar. Path of least resistance. Keep your name in the jar. Now for me, I prefer to build my own path of least resistance, and that is why I have a divine, dazzling, loving personal brand. This is why I'm obsessed with teaching women the sales process. I'm obsessed with teaching women copywriting. I'm obsessed with teaching women branding. I'm obsessed with teaching women everything that I did, all the steps of the ladder, all the way to my success. And that's what's in places like the portal and Locked and Loaded and $1 Million Mentor. So I'm just going to close out today with a drawing, and I'm going to say, you're just so invited. I'm going to go have dinner with my husband and celebrate that we are on the cusp of $800,000 in sales since the day that our baby girl was born. I'm obsessed with it. I'm so happy for it. And I want to invite you into next moves with me. So the first one, and it's a fun one. $1 Million Mentor. 9 months of close proximity mentorship with me. It's $49,000 paid in full, or $5,555 a month. I believe it is right now. It might have gone up to $5,888. There's 2 spots open for that, for close proximity mentorship. This is for the person who wants to build 7-figure brands. It doesn't matter how much you make right now, but that's the place to be. Closest proximity access to me, 5 days a week. The second place that I would advise you to go is, I would say, the portal. If you've done nothing with me before, or you were a client in the past and you have been dying to come back and you're trying to pick between things, grab the portal. That is a secret offer. I'm going to announce the details tomorrow. And if you wait until the price goes up, you're going to kick yourself. Like, there's going to be an uproar in your head and in your gut that's going to be like, if it's this is if it's calling you, you are going to be very annoyed that you didn't make a move. It'll be $7,777 tomorrow. So 7777 tomorrow. Today only, for the next 24 hours, it's $5,555, period. Secret offer. It's a big one. It's worth over $13K. Get it. If you're already in Locked and Loaded and you're like, is this more than what I get? Yes. There's a Locked and Loaded upgrade. So if you're in Locked and Loaded and you want access to the portal as well, there is an upgrade available. It's only $2,777. That's available for you. Another place that I would invite you, if you're at the very beginning of your journey, beginning of your journey, and you're like, I have to shift my frequency. I have to shift my beliefs, and I have to shift my frequency. All of this was really fun to listen to and very inspiring, and also like, I need to shift. Bare minimum, take one of the spots that are in the Millionaire's Desk. There's only 22 spots left, and I'm shutting the doors in less than 7 days. We're already one training in. It would be easy for you to jump in, binge watch the training, jump into the group and fly. But after the second training, I'm not letting anyone else in for the year. So this is your one chance to get in there. That one is either $888 paid in full or $111 a month. That's called the Millionaire's Desk. And the final place that I will say my entire journey started is with the Frequency of Beauty. $800,000 in sales in less than a year didn't happen by accident. It has a lot to do with frequency. It has a lot to do with my personal energetics. And there's things that I have done since when I started my company that elevate my energetics every single day. And it's all inside of the Frequency of Beauty. That one is available right now. There's a virtual version of it that kicks off in mid-September. It's currently $777. It includes over $500 in luxury items shipped to you. And there's also the live event version of it in about 3 weeks. The live event will be in Atlanta, Georgia, at a private luxury property. It's 2 days of full immersion beauty rituals and photo shoots and mindset work and sisterhood. It's just going to be such a vibe. I can't even explain it. But if you are looking for new pictures for your branding especially, or you just want to elevate your frequency, that's the place to be. Those tickets are currently $2,222, and tomorrow, the same time that everything else goes up in price, it's going to go to $3,333. So this is like your last chance at these prices. So I'm going to pull a name. Whoever this name is, you get 50% off of one transaction. One. So hear me out. If you bought Locked and Loaded, that's like $12,000, you get one shot. If you did the paid in full, you get 50% off. If you do the monthly payments, you just get 50% off of one payment. You follow me? If you did the Millionaire's Desk, you get one shot. So you could do 50% off of 1 month, or you could do 50% off the whole thing. If you wanted the next 9 months in $1 Million Mentor, and it was $49,000, you get one shot. So you could either get half off of a month in there, or you could get half off the whole experience if you did a paid in full. Isn't that nuts? You want the portal? Half off. So energetically, did you keep your name in the jar? Because if it's not with me, it's going to be with someone. Money is always trying to come to you. It's about your beliefs. Who is it? I can't even see it. Who is it? I'm seeing the back of it. I'm seeing the back of it. And if you're not going to use it, I want you to write pass. Because I will pass it to someone else. Okay, who is it? I didn't even see it. I can't see the back of it. I can only see white paper. You're going to see it at the same time as I do. Are you ready? Okay, keep in mind this is one transaction. Can you read it? Jamisa Spalding. Jamisa wins. What are you going to use it on? Jamisa Spalding is our 50%. So I'm going to wrap up today and say, you literally make your own opportunities. You make your own paths to money. You manifest doors to walk through. This week might be the one. The portal might be the thing. The live event might be your door. And tonight I want to invite you to practice trusting your gut. Trusting the spidey senses, trusting the chills, trusting the synchronicities, trusting the open doors, trusting if something that I said this week was an answer to what you're looking for. Trust yourself. There are many different doors and many different moves, but only you can make the move. It's up to you. No one can give this to you. So with that, my team will have all of the links available. They're all there. If you have any questions about Locked and Loaded, the portal, which those details are going live tomorrow. If it's calling your name, okay, fucking do it. You're going to be like, ah, when you find out what it is. If the portal's calling your name, do it. But whatever's calling your name, trust yourself. All right. Love you guys. Have the best day. This has been such a good week, and I can't wait to see who's going to be with me in the portal for the rest of the year. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.